on to more breaking news coming in. This one in relation to Sukesh Chandrashekhar, Conman Sukesh Chandrashekhar case, where we are told that Jacqueline will be made an accused in this case. We have our senior editor, Shravan, getting us all those details. Shravan, it's over to you. Help us with all the updates that you're picking up. A big development, in fact, in Conman Sukesh case.
Well, in fact, we're given to understand, Samiksha, that the charge sheet will be filed against actor Jacqueline Fernandez, in which she is going to be named as an accused. Remember, the charge sheet is expected to be filed around noon today in the national capital by the enforcement directorate. The allegation is very straight, that she is a beneficiary of the proceeds of crime. Remember, she had already appeared multiple times before the enforcement directorate. In fact, she has admitted before the enforcement directorate that she has met Sukesh Chandrashekhar on 2 occasions. In fact, she said that she had absolutely no idea that Sukesh Chandrashekhar was accused of a 200 crore rupees money laundering case, and that sometimes he was actually making some of these calls while he was inside the jail. In fact, Sukesh Chandrashekhar met Jacqueline Fernandez when he was out on parole, is what we are picking up at this point in time. Now, in April, remember, the agency had basically attached assets worth about 7.27 crore of the actor in the registered under the DMLA. In December 2021, Jacqueline was basically stopped from boarding a flight to Muscat from the Mumbai airport after the enforcement directorate had issued a lookout circular in her name. And there are multiple gifts that she has actually received. If you take a look at some of the gifts that Jacqueline Fernandez has received, that is in itself quite mind-boggling, because it turns out that there were 3 cabs horse worth lakhs that she had received. In fact, if I can just take a look at some of the attachments that had taken place of the 7 crores of Jacqueline Fernandez, the agency had basically estimated that Sukesh had given the actor gifts worth about 5.71 crore rupees. And not just that, about $173, about 27,000 Australian dollars were also given to Jacqueline's family members. In fact, the enforcement directorate basically, in its previous charge sheet that was filed, said that he maintained, Sukesh Chandrashekhar mentioned the lavish gifts that were basically given, Sukesh had given to Jacqueline Fernandez, which also included 3 cabs worth about 9 lakh rupees, an Arabian horse, several expensive bags. In fact, if you take a look at some of the breakup that we have with us, 3 Persian cats costing about 9 lakh rupees, Arabian horse worth about 52 lakh rupees, diamond sets, 15 pairs of earrings, expensive crockery, several designer bags from Gucci and Chanel, 2 Gucci outfits for a gym wear, few pairs of Louis Vuitton shoes, 2 Hermes bracelets, a Mini Cooper, Rolex watch, and this basically goes on. There's a long list of gifts that Jacqueline has got, and not just Jacqueline's family members who live in the US were also given a BMW X5 car, along with about a loan of about 1.13 crore rupees. So that's the long list of the money that she's actually received from Sukesh Chandrashekhar.
Yes. Shravan, stay with us. If you can also talk to us about the summons that have been sent to Jacqueline in the past. We understand that she's been summoned and quizzed by the agencies in the past as well. What has been Jacqueline's stance so far when it comes to her link with the conman Sukesh Chandrashekhar?
Well, she has never said that she's not met Sukesh Chandrashekhar. In fact, there are certain photographs of the actor that went viral, if I may say so. But she has essentially said that there are only 2 occasions when there was a physical meeting that actually took place. And that physical meeting, one of the meetings took place in Chennai. And in fact, she also went on to tell the enforcement director that on several occasions she had actually asked Sukesh Chandrashekhar to meet, but it was Sukesh who could not meet. That was only because Sukesh was behind bars. And the pretext that was actually given, or rather, the reason that was given by Sukesh Chandrashekhar for not being able to meet Jacqueline Fernandez was the fact that there was a pandemic, and that is the reason why there are certain COVID restrictions, and that's why they could not meet. So those are some of the reasons that were basically cited. But the fact that Jacqueline Fernandez was meeting Sukesh Chandrashekhar, the fact that she was, a beneficiary of the proceeds of crime. Now, what one will have to take a look at the charge sheet is that whether or not she was completely unaware that it was Conman Sukesh Chandrashekhar who was duping several people. In fact, he was sitting inside. I'm given to understand he was inside the jail when this actually happened.
All right, Shravan, we leave it at that. We'll keep coming back to you for the latest on that. So, Shravan, they're getting us all those details on this big story that we are tracking. The charge sheet will be filed very soon in the Delhi court, and Shravan saying they're pulling out the big lead when it comes to Jacqueline, who will be made an accused in this case with respect to Conman Sukesh Chandrashekhar.